You're alive.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Born of Rage. We are the Untold Stories Project, and this is our ongoing Werewolf the Apocalypse game set in White Wolf's World of Darkness. Uh, so, in tonight's episode, this game, the players take on the role of a pack of werewolves who operate in the shadows of the modern day society as we know it. Um, this is a horror setting. Like I said, I mentioned it is set in the White Wolf's World of Darkness, which means that the players may encounter may engage in adult language and blood, gore, and that sort of thing. But they may also encounter NPCs who use offensive language or inappropriate comments. If that is something you're not comfortable with, we totally understand. And we would encourage you to check out one of our other streams. We have lots of other cool stuff that is a little less gory and bloody, such as our Mutants and Masterminds game and our Pathfinder podcast. So, uh, this season, the story does deal with the Valkymer Foundation, when topics of mental health and mental trauma will come up. So, please be aware. With that, I would like to turn it over to my players to introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex, and I will be playing the part of Darren, who is a Get a Fenris Arun and the Pack Alpha of the Trail Mix Pack. Also, the very frightened driver of the car with a pack of baby wolves in his trunk.
We resent being called babies. Um, I'm Aaron. I will be playing Kennedy Blood on the Dance Floor. She is a Fianna Galliard with a little bit of an anger management problem. She's a former Irish dance champion who had to give all that up because she turned into a werewolf and killed all of her friends in an alley in New York City. She's not bitter about that at all. I'm currently one of those wolves in the trunk of the car. So.
Hey everybody, I am playing Killian, and right now he is trying his best to be the deadliest Jack in the Box he can.
Yes. And I am Andy. No, not that one. And I am playing Dell, Speaks Softly, a theurge of the Children of Gaia.
After scouting out around the area and meeting up with some of the other local Garou, they've kind of a general lay of the land, and they are currently trying to sneak through the very high security perimeter gate with a stolen ID card and a stolen car and a pack of Garou in the trunk in lupus form.
What could go wrong?
You are the second member of our pack to ask that question before making contact with the enemy.
Point
If
of
this
order.
goes wrong, it's both your faults.
I did not say that on stream.
I swear to
been doing all
God, I
this
will
on the
turn
game
this
that you took
car
a minute.
around.
Yes.
So with that, we see a beat up hatchback car slowly pulling up to the gates. On the physical side of the physical world, there is a high security, 40-foot tall chain link fence around the whole entire laboratory compound, topped with concertina wire. There are two high security perimeter towers on either side of the main entrance, and a main security gate. As you approach, you do have to, there is a black box that sticks out for you to swipe your badge. With that, it's currently night. In the Umbra, as you recall, the entire area around it is kind of a blight, a desolated wasteland with parched and cracked earth. The fence manifests as a giant hedge that sparks and crackles with electricity. And the two giant towers have banes bound in them, which are focused on the physical world from what you discovered 2 weeks ago.
Well, I'm going to clock in casual. I'll roll up. I'll take the ID badge we got and swipe it in. Oh no! Jonesy resubscribed. Thank you for resubscribing. Who do you want to give your worm pool dice to?
Those bonus dice are going to my pool.
That's fair. That's why I said worm pool, not wild pool.
So.
Also, one more bookkeeping question: is the moon phase still new moon, or are we on a different moon phase?
It is actually, it is, but not for much longer. So
Okay, cool.
we're still in the land of Killian moon phase for our Ragabash.
No, we should have had Killian drive.
So with that, you reach out of the car. There is someone in the security booth near the entrance. As you reach out and swipe the badge, he casually kind of glances over as he slided. The little red light kind of beeps for a second, and then turns green. And the gate and the little gate starts opening up.
Hey, do you hear that? He actually got the gate open.
Yeah, I'll just I won't say anything, but I'll give a little 2-finger salute.
So once you get past the gate, the road goes in and then splits. There's you go probably about 15-20 feet, and it comes to a T-stop, a 4-way stop, and with the outer perimeter road that surrounds the entire compound on the inside of the fence. Then if you were to go straight, you would go a little bit further. Then again, you would split right and left to go around the first main building, and both roads wrap around that building into a giant parking lot, which is located in the center of the compound. So, which way do you want to go?
I will, just for my sense of space, how far is the parking lot from what I assume is the main entrance?
The parking lot is actually dead center of the compound. There are about 9 or 10 buildings that kind of sit around in the campus that kind of sit around the and west, sorry, northwest and south of the parking lot. To the east of the parking lot, there is a secondary section that's got a second interior perimeter fence, guard tower, and several buildings within there. But the main parking lot itself is in the center of the entire compound.
Are there any loading or unloading docks?
Not that you can see, at least not from here.
Okay. Well, I will drive in and I will take a lap around the parking lot. Do I notice if any of the parking spaces are numbered, like they're reserved parking spots?
There are a few. It is late at night when you're coming. So currently, when you drive in, you see 3 Jeeps parked in the parking lot, and they all have the NNL logo on them. And you see a couple other little older beater cars, probably other janitorial staff, like night staff, things like that, security staff.
Cool. Well, I want to take a lap real quick and just see if there's any locations that looks like it would make sense to unload a pack of wolves without drawing too much scrutiny. Do I see any external security cameras also while I'm thinking about it?
Go ahead and make me a test. We're gonna say it's gonna be perception and alertness.
Oh boy. I'm not in lupine form because I'm driving the car. Lupus
You're
form.
correct. Difficulty is going to be 8. It is dark. It's night. There are some exterior lights and stuff, but most of them are on buildings and stuff. There are not a lot of lights in the parking lot, like things like that. So
Awesome. Well, I
It is-
was able to secure 1 success.
awesome. So with 1 success, you do see that most of the buildings have some cameras mounted on them, mostly to watch the entrance. You don't really see any cameras that are pointed at the actual parking lot itself. There might be, but if they are, they're not like right on top of the parking lot.
Okay. Well, these green squares on the map, these are the Jeeps.
Those are the Jeeps.
Okay. I will pull up. Can I park next to this building here?
Sure.
Is there a spot over there that I can pull in? And
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple spots. So
What does
So
this
you pull-
building have on this? Does it have any sort of signifiers to what it is?
it does not, at least not that you can see from where you're at. So you pull up towards the north end of the parking lot. There are three buildings kind of running along that section. And so you pull up near the edge of the parking lot between the fenced off area to the interior more secure compound, and the main big building on the northern end of the campus.
Yes. And I will get out of the car, rocking my MCU disguise, so my ball cap and my sunglasses, a coat bundled around me, and I will take a quick look around as I make my way back to the trunk. Just looking to see if anybody's looking this way, if there's anybody wandering around at night, any weird suspicious lights coming from any of the windows.
So you quickly do a look around. You don't see anyone kind of mulling around the parking lot, anything like that. You do see that there's some lights on in some of the buildings, but from where you're at, you can't tell if it's because there are people working late or if those are just lights they leave on. A lot of office buildings have some residual lighting, no matter what time of day it is.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'll get around the back and I will pop the trunk. I will look down at my gathered pack.
I pounce.
Ah!
No, I'm kidding.
Look at that, guys! There were wolves in my trunk. I didn't put those there. And I'll lift up the trunk. I'll look around one more time to make sure there's no cameras around. I was like, okay, we're in. Be cool.
Where are we going?
Well, I was hoping we would have some idea of that when we got here, but everything seems to be a little nondescript, so I was going to head to this big building beside us.
That
Sorry.
seems like an intelligence failure, but all right.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have another plan, we can go to a different building. We don't have to get
No,
on
I
the
meant
truck
it
yet.
was a failure on our part to not figure out
Oh.
which building they were in first.
I took it the other way too. It's okay.
Well, maybe one of us could peek into the Umbra real quick and see if any of these buildings have a more or less of that Bane stuff around. Like if there's an epicenter of the blight.
That's not a bad thought.
Do it from the trunk though, so if there's anything nasty lurking around, they don't immediately
know.
zero in on you.
Car's
trunk-
probably not going to be
I was
there.
gonna
And
say, the trunk is probably not in the Umbra. In the Umbra, the car is a convertible.
Dang.
Just saying.
Well, then I guess be
yeah,
quick about
I should.
it.
Or is it gremlin in the Umbra?
It's actually just a gremlin. It's just like,
he
What are you
really
doing?
loved his car.
what are you doing? Why are you in my intestine right now? So yeah, I guess then
That's a complicated answer,
I,
Mr. Gremlin.
I shall I peek into the Umbra then?
I think
Probably
it's a
our
good plan.
best bet.
Then why don't I do that? What is? Oh, good heavens! Are you gonna make me roll for this?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good heavens! I need to remember what I'm rolling now.
You're
Gnosis.
rolling Gnosis. Difficulty 9.
Oh,
Adios
Genosis.
mio. Permanosis or current gnosis?
You roll your permanent to try, but yeah.
Cool. Oh, can I make it?
But the gauntlet sucks around here.
Well, yeah.
F9. Nueve. Wow. Yeah. I did get a success. A very sad success.
You got a success.
It's lonely.
I'm impressed.
I had 6 dice, man.
It's a gauntlet of 9.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any tougher.
Good to be the theurge.
Yeah, the lupus theurge.
Am I right? So, I guess I see things.
Yes. As you look around,
Surprises anyway.
you see that you're basically standing in a flat black plain, and surrounding you is a large towering hedge that surrounds the entire area that you're in. To the north, you see some remnants, some faint wisps of buildings. So the 3 buildings on the north part of the campus that you drove by to get to the parking spot are there reflected, but just barely in the Umbra. There's a black slab, nondescript slab, where the main first building you drove around to get to where you're at. It just seems black and ominous. To the south end of campus, you see 4 more buildings, and you see 2 of those are, well, let me get to those in a second.
We don't have to. We can.
2 of them to the south. These 2 right here that you see on the edge of the parking lot.
Oops, my character sheet's in the way. I will fix that. Okay.
So there's 2 of them to the south of the parking lot. They seem to be just flat cubes. There's no detailing to them as far as design or anything like that. They're just flat sheets. But they are um, rippling with iridescent colors.
Ooh.
Um, and as you're watching them, the colors ebb and flow across these sheets of plain glass. Uh, you see them ripple occasionally, and you see things warp and morph out of them. And as they bubble out, you see that these bubbles then develop legs, and their little spider-like bodies scurry around the edges of the building and then morph back into it.
So that has the sound of Weaver spirits about it. Or maybe really, maybe they used to be Weaver spirits. Not sure.
So there are two other buildings. One looks a long, thin, narrow building with a big cylindrical dome end at one side of the building. And it just seems to be covered in rust and kind of just sitting there like ominously. And you see behind, past the building, you can't really see what it is, but past the building, you see a slight greenish glow. And then the last building you see, which is kind of tucked in between that very retro rust building and the cubes of glass, seems to be another big building with a couple domed tops that seems to be made of chrome and steel, at least in the Umbra.
There's a lot going from
Well, what are you saying?
a lot. So I will relay these, especially the four buildings to the south are all quite worrying, each in their own unique little way. I am probably most creeped out by the long, narrow, rusty building and the chromium-looking one. So,
while Dale is doing that, did you want to make me a perception check, Alpha?
I sure would. What is the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 7.
2 successes.
So, as you guys are kind of like camping out around the parked car right now, and Dell's checking things out through the Umbra, you're kind of checking out the buildings to the north, and now that you're out of the car and you can move around a little bit and get a better angle on the buildings. The big building you're looking at in front of you says has a white plain text sign on it that says Administration Building.
Well, they probably don't have a torture chamber in there. It's probably one of the other buildings.
The other 2 sets of those buildings nearby probably have similar signs. You just can't make them out from where you're at.
But Killian, can't you do the whole "you can't see me" thing and go maybe run past those buildings and see if you can read this sign?
Yeah, I can try that, no problem.
I believe in you.
But it depends on, well, whatever. I'll go ahead and hop out the trunk and then cast Blur of Lemelkii. Let me get you that roll here real quick.
Yeah, if you want to take a whole pass Riverdale, see if you can get signed names for each of the buildings. I think that would be a good use of our time.
That sounds good to me. Oh, come on. I think that's just a Gnosis roll, if I remember. Where are my gifts again?
Should be on
Gifts, traits, and fetishes.
Yep. What's the difficulty, Jones?
Does it say for the gift specifically, or does it say?
It's been a minute since I've gotten this out.
No, it's-
Manipulation and stealth difficulty 8.
Okay, I gotcha. Thank you, Aaron.
I will freely admit I'm not one of those GMs who or STs that have all the difficulties memorized.
I mean, it's not like there's hundreds of gifts or anything.
So,
Manipulation,
Control F can help us.
stealth, 8. Big money, big money.
No whammies.
I got 1 success, so I am not a wolf in the open.
woohoo! A wolf in the open.
Oh, right, because it's manipulation, and your manipulation score drops to nothing when you're in wolf form.
Whoopsie.
Seems like a flaw in how that gift is built.
Nope. It's a Hamid gift.
It's a Dragon Bash gift.
Well, I meant, yeah. So, yeah. So, you go and do a quick lap around the building, around the compound.
Gotcha,
So-
gotcha.
I will, to make this relatively easy for the pack. The big, huge building you're standing right in front of is the administration building. I'm going to go counterclockwise around the campus map, just so you guys can follow.
Yeah.
So that's the admin building. The building next to it is the Center for Psychiatric Studies.
Oh, you said counterclockwise?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then the building next to that is the it's labeled as non-weapon research facility.
You said non-weapon research?
Yes. That's this one right here.
There we go.
The little big box that you came in and you had to drive around to get to the parking lot, that is the visitors building, security and visitors building.
So,
The two buildings right on the south side of the visitors building are the computer center, data center.
And that explains all the chrome.
both of those are
Oh
data
no, those
center?
are the spiders actually. The weavers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the chrome is to the south of the easternmost data center building.
Gotcha.
So, the chromium building that you're asking about is labeled reactor studies.
Ew.
Whoa, crikey!
Fuck that.
Okay.
Y'all want to be Garou with superpowers?
No, let's
Hell
not go there.
yeah.
We'll all be metas by the time we walk out.
Let's not go there.
My new name is Cyberwolf.
Uh, the long building that had the little dome on the end. As you go up, you can see the label is it is labeled as the I just had it. Sorry. Heavy accelerator.
Ah,
I knew one of these is an accelerator. I don't know how I knew that.
Behind the accelerator, on the edge of the south edge of the campus, is a rather large area which has actually got a chain link fence around it. In it, it's nothing's labeled on it. It's got a heavy reinforced chain link fence around it, covered in concertina wire, and inside it you see several unmarked rusted drums.
Mm.
oh,
and 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 the last area, as your Killian's kind of making his way around, was that they said there was a secondary perimeter fence with a bunch of buildings in it. As you get close to that area, do you see that there are guards outside? There's a Jeep parked over that way, and there's a sign posted, which I will share with the group.
Oh man.
Which says use of lethal force authorized in this area.
Well, damn.
I was assuming lethal force was going to be used everywhere here.
The guards that you see on that side of the fence are currently wearing flak jackets and have M16s.
Well, I definitely know where I don't want to start.
Which is one of the reasons I went that direction, because I was like, well, we'll get to that spot, yeah, and then you can make your way back to the pack. Because I figured you don't get too close to that area. I figure you get close enough to see the guns, close enough to see the sign, and go, okay.
Close enough to make a decision.
I want to be somewhere else.
Ah, yes. We gotta make a decision. We deny the living that is free.
So.
God, I'm old.
All right.
So, this is what I see. My vote is that we start at the data center. That way we know exactly what's in each building, and we know what we're risking our lives for, instead of just spinning the wheel.
So, I understand that, and look, as the saying goes, there's a whole lot to unpack here, so maybe just throw the whole suitcase in the fire. But we know that she's being researched in the psychiatric building. Why don't we just go there and avoid all of that?
It's very true.
Aww.
I mean,
Yeah,
we'll have a chance to later, I'm sure.
I like that plan the best. We at least take a look in the psychiatric facility, and if they did move her somewhere in the no square, we can reassess our plan at that point.
I'm just saying that, while getting the glory and all is wonderful, not dying is also good.
I agree with that.
I'm a fan.
So the pack is labeled the map, and they labeled it spooky ass fenced area, and no square for the two chained and fenced areas.
Yes.
You don't want to.
We stand by that.
I had no complaint. I agree.
You don't want to go to spooky ass fenced area with the oil drums.
I mean, we're kind of thinking it's gonna have to happen, but we can avoid it as long as possible. So I've played enough games to know that the area we don't want to go is where we're gonna have to go eventually. But
Ain't that the goddamn truth?
So what's the plan? I heard this discussion about the psych building. Is that where are we sure that's where you're going to go, and not the no square or the
Well, one of those, any idea that I have is exactly the sort of idea that Dell would not even remotely have. So I don't know. It's a little metagamey.
what's the metagaming idea?
Well, if you want to know where she is, you go to the admin building. They'll have records. But
I mean,
Dell doesn't.
you're not wrong, but
That's less interesting, I think, than sneaking into the psych ward.
well, I mean,
Yeah, we let
I
all
think
the
if
other
we
people.
don't find her, obviously, in the psych building, then going to the admin or the data center makes sense. But
Oh yeah,
But-
I'm with you.
the fewer buildings we have to poke our heads into, I think the better off we are.
Can't imagine why you feel that way. Yes, I think the psych sounds good.
Zao Power Up says it's the spooky wet skeleton area.
Yes. Ah.
Yeah. So do we all want to go in, or do we want to keep up the ruse where I'm an employee here, going up to the? I guess we can check and see if my badge works on the psych center.
Let's start with that. We'll just kind of ad lib as we go along.
How unlike us. We normally have such well thought out plans.
Tacticians, every one of us.
Experts of espionage, deception.
It's not that we're not subtle.
It actually is that we're not subtle.
Okay.
I mean, that is literally what it is.
Look, if you're going to be right,
Dumb. So what is the? I mean, so obviously the plan is to go to the psych building, but is there specific like? Are you going to try to go up to the front door? Who's all going? Is everyone going? Is it just going to be a couple of you? What are we locking in on?
all right.
How many
Let's-
legs should we be walking on?
I feel I feel like we should try to use the ID badge. And then all of us slip in. I don't like the idea of you running around there by yourself.
I'm still blurred, so
Badge.
I guess I'm
was-
the second safest who's not looking like a janitor.
I was just thinking in terms of like Wolf or Lupus or Hamid. This is really where I was going with that.
Oh,
I'm assuming I should shift and not be. Oh, fun.
you know, there's the sign. That's
Yeah.
pleasant. I don't know. I kind of feel like we're gonna be. If someone sees us, they're gonna see us, and there's gonna be problems whether there's one of us or all of us, and whether we're all Hamid or none of us are Hamid. So I kind of feel like maybe just go with wherever you're most comfortable.
You know, he's. I have a weird question. Is he allowed to use the key card while blurred? Because he's not in the Umbra when he's blurred, right? He's just invisible.
It's just a perception issue.
It's totally not the Garou equivalent of Mask of 1,000 Faces. Nosferatu power. He could use it if he wants to. He can try to. The only question being that if anyone sees the door or whatever, it basically makes it's gonna if he starts interacting with things, it's gonna make it harder for people to ignore him.
Yeah.
Spooky.
I'm a ghost.
That was last night.
Okay, I think we let Riverdale try to infiltrate with the badge.
As a
And-
dog?
Do you have to be a dog to be blurred?
No.
No, but I have to be a dog to not die to bullets.
That part is accurate.
All right, then let's go together. You be invisible near me, so you can run and get help if we need.
Okay, I like this. 2 and 2.
And then we're just supposed to wait out here?
Got this nice trunk. We can signal for you as soon as we get in.
We can't leave the trunk open.
Oh, that's suspicious. That's a bomb threat. You know what? Let's just all go. But we'll go first, and then you guys sneak up behind, since you guys don't have alibi as wild animals.
I don't have to stay in Lupus.
I mean, I can. I do still. I think I still have clothes. I can.
Okay, then let's all go as people,
I
except
can
me.
pass.
All I'm saying is we're going to a federal building where they're gonna have cameras, and everybody here except Dell has a social security number.
Actually, no.
I haven't.
You don't have a social, Kennedy? Are you not native born?
No, I'm from Ireland.
Well, they're gonna send you back. Just that's the warning.
Could be problematic.
I'm also believed dead, I think, by my mom.
I love how you think you're gonna have to wait until you get home to be dead if we get caught. Oh well.
Okay.
No, I said I'm believed to be dead.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon. I really misconstrued that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that officially I died with all of my friends in the island. I think.
Well, that sounds good to me. I guess they're all going in hot, but I'm staying in bullet-resistant lupus.
Actually, I was gonna go Glabro.
Oh, boy, how's that for weird? Yeah, I guess you know what? Dell's gonna I want to see how the other half lives. I'll wander around in Hamid. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, because you don't regenerate in lupus form.
There we go. Our plan is set. There you go,
Perfect.
Darren.
I'm glad
Knock
we
on
have
the
a
door.
plan.
A plan.
Hey, it is technically a plan.
Definitely a plan.
Technically a passing GPA too.
With that, you make your way to the main entrance for the Center for Psychiatric Studies. With keycard in hand, you walk up the little half flight of steps that lead into the building. Next to the main entranceway, there is a black box mounted on the wall. And you see a little tiny red light above it.
None of you happen to know the gift of jam technology, do you?
I sure don't.
I do not.
That would have been useful.
More of a user, not a jammer.
I took weapons instead. I can jam weapons. I cannot jam technology.
I mean, I'm not criticizing. I don't know it either, but it would have been useful.
Yeah.
So, and with that, I'm guessing that Darren is going to reach out and swipe the card.
I'm gonna reach out, touch faith.
With,
Dating
With-
reference.
with that, you swipe the card. Beep. Little it bleeps green for a second, and you actually hear the little click of the lock, electronic lock.
This is
I mean,
so
it does make
stressful.
sense. He is a janitor, after all. Like the guy we stole the card from. He's custodial.
I think he even said that he worked in the psychiatric building.
It's all lining up.
So, with that, Darren reaches out with his other hand, grabs the door handle, and slides the door open.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
No.
I'll leave the door open long enough for Killian to follow me in, and
Okay.
we will.
Oh,
We'll make our way in. Everybody can come with me. I just wanted to make sure that the one who has thumbs, or the one who doesn't have thumbs, is able to get in.
oh, right. Well, if the door closes, we won't be able to open it again. So we
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll catch the door after Killian scurries past.
And the pack makes its way in. Going in the main area, down the main hall, he goes to a main reception area. There's a reception desk. There's a couple chairs to sit in, a couch, one of those glass tables with a bunch of generic magazines on it. The ones that no one actually buys, but only get sent to waiting rooms. With that, as you look around, off the main reception area, you see a little nook. There's also 4 doors that lead off the main reception area, besides the direction you came in. Um, in the nook, as you poke your head into the nook, in the nook has a copy machine, a little counter area, and a little coffee pot, which has got its timer counting down. It looks like it's set to go off at 5 a.m.
Got it. Okay.
So,
There's no computer at this desk, is there?
at the reception desk, no. You do see a docking station, but you don't see a computer.
Riverdale, are you around?
I'm here.
Can you do that thing where you plug your PSP into something and make it do weird shit?
Yeah, but I need something to plug into. That's just a docking station.
Can you plug it into the copy machine and see if any doctors have recently printed or copied files about Jane Doe?
Yeah. I think I technically can do that.
As you're doing that, or looking around, what are the others of you doing?
I'm gonna try to move myself to wherever there is the best view of hallways heading over here, so I can see if anyone's coming towards us.
Okay.
Just kind of being on alert.
You do see that there's another entrance to the building. If you keep going through the building, you can go and exit out the other side of the building as well. So you
Gotcha.
can come in. You can come in from either the north or the south entrance of the building. You do also see that there are the other rooms leading off of here. There are different labels, name placards on the doors.
Okay.
Oh. There is.
Is there like a office directory? Can we find the what letter is Dr. Hergman's office?
Yeah. The doors are labeled.
Okay.
They actually have outside of the office. There's the name plate is sitting there. One of them says Kelly Edwards, and one of them says Marcia Catford, director. One of them says Ralph Higgin.
Okay. Well, why don't we just go into Dr. Higgins' office, and since he was the one who sent the letter and was dealing with Jane Doe.
Oh, we found the office?
I mean, it seems easier than just looking at the coffee machine.
That's true. Oh, I thought he said copy machine. No, this is a coffee machine. I can't do anything with this.
There's a copy and coffee machine. You can do something with both of them. You can copy stuff with one and make morning.
I'm gonna set
Morning
the timer
caffeine
on the
juice.
coffee pot for 5:15.
You monster.
Dude.
Dude, come on.
I'm a monster,
Threatening to-
remember? I'm a werewolf.
Threatening to kill you. This is a horror game. Isn't it?
The world of darkness.
Anything he wants.
No.
Aaron, there's
By the
going to be an
deeds of Java
epilogue.
that I set my mind in motion.
There's going to be an epilogue. Sir, there was no trace of a break-in. Well, you see the coffee machine? It was clearly tampered with. Somebody was here.
It was loaded with decaf. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not a monster. I'm just gonna make it late to warm up. I'll let you guys decide. 5:15 or 4:45.
If this was a vampire game, you would have lost your humanity for that point.
As it is, everybody who works in that building is going to gain a rage.
Yeah.
I am actually, for Dell's part, he's going to spend Agnosis and activate heightened senses. He's probably going to regret it, but he'd like to listen and see if he can hear anything other than the buzzing of fluorescent lights. Although
Certainly.
he will hear that.
Yes, you smell so many things. You smell cleaner and disinfectant and copy toner and so many things.
And bad coffee.
Yes. So, trying the door to the office, it is unlocked.
Oh, well, that's convenient. We don't have to break in. I will open the door.
Okay. And you open the door, and inside is a rather bland and boring office. Generic, brown wood desk, um, a standard issue of office chair. There is a monitor. There is a docking station. There is a small bookshelf with psychiatric books on it. And on the only thing that has any kind of personality at all is on the one wall is a rather large, oversized aerial photo of the surrounding area.
That's right. We know he's an amateur photographer.
This guy's such a stickler. He doesn't even have a plan in here.
Well, is there a file cabinet or?
Yeah, you can look around. For that, I would need a wits and investigation check.
I will look meaningfully at Darren. Isn't this the sort of thing that you do?
Toss the room, Darren, just like the good old days.
I can try, but
Wits and investigation, you say?
Yes.
I'm gonna make a cop shit roll. Wits. Investigation. Here we go. Here comes civil asset forfeiture. Boom. 1 success.
You quickly scour through the desks, the bookshelves, and everything else. This man is meticulous, to say the least. There is no dust, there's no dirt, there's no grime anywhere in his office. Everything is in exactly where it's supposed to be. Even the drawer, you slide open the drawer, all of the paper clips in the little slot face the same direction.
he's clearly a monster.
Or Steven Tobolowsky.
I stand by my statement.
Going through, he's got tons of papers. They're all neatly in folders and file folders, and it's really easy to ransack his office because everything's so labeled. But as you're going through, you see nothing that talks about the person you're looking for.
He doesn't
Well,
have any tape recorders or anything, does he?
No.
Or a computer?
No, there's a docking station for a computer, but no computer.
Everybody's taking their work computers home. Desktops have been deemed a security risk since 2008. Or 2001, one of those two.
That checks out.
Well, that would have been convenient, but
Well, there's nothing I can pull info out of. So, unless they have, patient cells here, or patient wards, I don't know where else to go.
So you check the one office. There is still 2 other offices if you care. There's also the several other buildings on campus. So
Yeah, I think we should at least check the other 2 offices, see if maybe somebody was a little less meticulous than this doctor. Maybe he.
plus that's possible.
Maybe he.
If he's
collaborated
making
with one of
reports
them.
to anyone, then the director might have something.
Yeah. We could check the administrative office too, but I would imagine anything related to the patients and stuff would be stored here, rather than in a separate building, just for HIPAA purposes.
Well, let's start with the director's office, and we can always burn that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, we got this.
So, a couple of you want to check the director's office. Is everyone going to check the director's office, or is someone going to check the other office as well? Or
Yeah, I'll go with Del to see the other office then.
I mean, how much of this building, I mean, can we actually get further into this building? Or, have we...
Other-
we don't go no further.
There's a couple other rooms in the building. Most of them are general meeting rooms, like
Oh.
conference rooms, things like that. Nothing that's actually used day to day, like consistently. So there's like I said, a couple of meeting rooms. There's a break area. There's a restrooms, stuff like that. But this is the main heart of the building.
I see. I have a really sinking feeling I know exactly where we need to be looking.
Open suggestions, Del.
No, I'm sorry, that was meta. That was.
That's an Andy thought.
That's an Andy thought. Yes, it is. Oh my god. Yeah.
Quit speaking softly to yourself. Talk to us.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna have to go. I have a really dirty feeling that we're gonna have to go to the no-no zone because, wow, that's a sentence that needs context.
I mean, we are in the psych ward. I'm sure there's a doll we can pick up.
They look like either. Well, when I first saw them, I thought they looked like barracks, but now, for all I know, they could be cells. The little buildings there.
Sure. And it would make sense that if you got something as dangerous as a rogue Garou, you're gonna want to keep them away from anyone.
Yeah.
Let's at least check these offices and see if we can find any information.
All right.
Yeah, you open the door to Kelly's office. Kelly's office, pretty standard boilerplate office. There is the simple desk, a couple bookshelves, things like that. Filing cabinet. There is a plant, but upon inspection, you find out it's a plastic plant.
Dell is offended by this.
Of course he is.
He's deeply offended by the present of such a thing.
When you open up Marsha Catford's office, the main director's office, it's similar. It's bigger, but similar. There's a couple extra chairs for her to have one-on-ones with her staff, things like that. I will need alertness. Sorry, yeah. Where's my cheat sheet? I will need checks from you for ransacking the offices. That's going to be investigation and perception.
All right. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
2 successes.
Okay, and I know you're in Marsha's office. Does anyone want to give me a roll for Kelly's office?
I'm with Darren, so it'd have to be.
Okay. Well, if anyone wanted into Kelly's office. So.
Dell would have literally no idea what to look for.
I could go to Kelly's office next.
Sure. So as you're looking through the office, you do go. You're going through the filing cabinets, drawers, and stuff, and you pull out a large, almost 3-inch stack report. It's got one of those report covers on it. Preliminary report of psychological induced perception projection.
Uh-oh.
And as you kind of do a quick thumb through of it, it has a watermark on it. On every page, there's a watermark behind the text that says draft.
Ooh, somebody's writing a book about one of the patients here.
So,
Yeah, that doesn't bode well.
I'm gonna give this stack of stuff to one of you 3 to go make copies in the copy machine,
I can do that.
and I will go check the other office.
cool.
Although I'm going to shoot a dirty look if anyone dares to make a joke about me being a secretary.
I would dream of it.
it.
You got this, Veronica Mars. I believe in you. Alright. And
So.
Still difficulty 6 for the other office, too?
Yes.
4 successes that time.
So, as you're going through, you find the paperwork. You find in the back of one drawer a welcome packet and a contract. It looks like Kelly is actually not full-time staff. She appears to be a consultant. She apparently works for another company called DNA Incorporated.
DNA Incorporated. We'll be looking them up. Gotta get
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
Gotta get one of my index cards here. Kelly is a temp. Does it say she's a temp to hire or just a consultant?
She's a consultant.
From DNA Incorporated, you said?
Yes.
How much you want to bet Kelly is working on Jane Doe?
I would consider it a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
So-
We'll make a photocopy of this too.
Cool. So as
That's
you're
a lot of photocopy. Anyway.
Well, we're not paying for the paper or the ink. It's okay.
Oh.
We're using somebody else's work printer.
Woohoo!
Didn't you all meet
monsters.
at Kinko's? Isn't this this is like a reunion tour for Jonesy and Aaron?
No, they used the fact that I worked at Kinko's to copy stuff for a Origins game. We already knew each other at that point.
Oh, okay. I knew there was a Kinko's story.
the joys of massive 100-player games in the 90s.
Yeah.
So you put a so over by the copier, you put a stack of them in that copies out. You copy out whatever. I need a wits and technology check from Killian.
That seems right up my alley. Let me see if my dog brain can do it.
Um,
For the record,
as-
this is my first time realizing there's a technology skill in this game.
Really?
Yeah.
It never occurred to me. I always think superhero when I think technology.
What's the difficulty, Jonesy?
difficulty 6.
6. Okay. Do I smell technology? I do, with 3 successes and a crit.
Sweet. You know that places like this normally know exactly who, what, and when stuff is copied.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Yeah, we might be getting our friend fired if
Oh,
we
whatever.
copy that stuff.
He's lucky we didn't kill him. Fuck him.
Well,
That doesn't sound like a me problem.
I'm just saying, but it also says we were here at this exact time.
It says he was here at this exact time.
So
Can you like wipe those records or something?
Nope, because they are stored not on the printer, but in the data center.
Does that mean we have to go to the data center with a big magnet?
Technically, yes, but also maybe no.
while you're discussing that, Kennedy,
Yes.
so you're feeding a bunch of huge stacks of this paper through it at any time. Are you going to try to peruse any of it while you're doing that?
I mean, I can flip through pages as they come out, but I'm suspecting that it is well outside of my my realm to decipher. But yeah, I'll peruse it just to see if anything jumps out at me.
So.
What sort of horrible check that I'm going to fail do I need to make?
You need to make a intelligence science test.
Oh boy. That would be 2 dots.
Hey!
Anyone else is welcome. If you want, you can always point out to others too. That
Sure.
they're
What's
not
the difficulty?
8.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Sure, let's try it.
I love that I have more dots in intelligence and science than you do.
So,
I am not a mental priority character.
I have 0 science.
I have 0 science as
Ooh.
well. I have 2 intelligence.
But you got a success.
But I got a
Yeah.
success.
Well, there you are.
I have 1 success.
so as you're going through it, it definitely is a lot of double speak as far as you're concerned, and there's references to a subject, but it's really kind of hard to convolute it and hard to follow from your point of view. And in the other office, Darren,
Mhm.
as you're going through it, you do find another copy of this draft report. And tucked inside of it is a slip of paper, which looks like it has a graph on it. The graph is labeled events on one axis and time on the other axis. As you're going through it, you realize it's tracking some sort of correlation of events. These peaked about 10 days ago, with more than one per day generally, and then about 10 days ago, after the last 10 days, there's been absolutely nothing.
Just to double check in my Garou heart, was there a particularly potent moon phase 10 days ago?
Nothing more than normal. Nothing unusual. I mean, it would have been.
It wouldn't have been a full moon, right?
No, it would have been. Gibbous moon, half moon.
And it says it doesn't have any. It's just data points on the chart, events and time, right?
Yeah.
And you said there were 10 events.
No, there were. It's been tracking it for a while, but there's been. It was having multiple events per day up until about 10 days ago, and 10 days ago they just stopped.
Okay. Is there any indication of what length of time it goes back to? I know you said a while, but
How long have they had her?
that too. How long have they had her? I think we know that information, right?
Yeah, and actually, as you wait, how long have they had her? Yes, this chart starts when she would have been found by them or turned over by them.
Okay. And there have been no events since 10 days ago.
In the last 10 days, there's been no events.
There's no other notes or anything on the graph, just
On
that
the-
X
on-
Y axis and those dots.
Correct.
There, you said there was another copy of the manuscript they're working on in here too, right?
Yes.
Was this graph on the top or was it in one of the pages?
It was kind of like they opened it, stuck it in, just kind of.
But it doesn't seem to correlate with that date. Or are there any dates as I'm sort of perusing through the document?
No.
Okay. I will take out my phone and take a picture of that graph, and I will put it back where I found it. And put the draft back where I found it.
Okay.
I will also say, look, if there's anyone else who wants to take a look through this and see if they can make more heads or tails out of it than I can. I mean, I only have a high school education.
I'm willing to take a crack at it.
Go, Darren.
Science knowledge I don't have. I just saw what Kennedy named.
Does anybody have science at all?
I have computer science.
I've got investigation. I'm wondering if I can use that.
Nope.
Okay.
Deuce.
I do have 3 dots in intelligence, though, so I will go ahead and roll an intelligence check. I don't have any dots in science. I don't know if that matters.
I mean, I didn't.
Okay. And the difficulty's 8.
Yes.
Wait. I'm being so silly. I have 3 dots in science. I went to school for this.
I
I'm quite
thought you might.
surprised. Yes.
I got negative
Yes.
1 success. You're up, Riverdale.
Woo, let me take a crack at this one. What's
Read it so badly that no one else can read it.
what are you guys looking over there? I'll walk over and snatch it. It's intelligence science check, right?
Yes.
What's the diff?
8.
See, look how a real freshman reads a paper. I got 2 successes and a crit.
Well, we've learned about Riverdale is that he just likes to watch us struggle.
So,
As you can clearly see by the thesis at the top.
I'm sorry. Never mind.
you do what you can as a quick scan, like just to kind of speed read through like the first little intro bits and stuff, to quickly realize that this is a lot of psychological doublespeak and rather dense, and you could probably decipher it given a couple of hours, but based on your quick little cursory glance at it, you're pretty sure that what they're kind of describing is kind of in line with the Veil.
Oh.
The effects the Veil would have on mortals, as opposed to kinfolk or other Garou. As far as it kind of scrambles and makes it hard to recall, and near the end of the current draft, there's references to the subject having a breakdown and now catatonic.
Oh. So, the good news is I have an idea what's going on. The bad news is, this is the most literal definition of a veil breach.
How much do you want to bet those events are not things that were happening to the patient, but things that were happening to the staff?
Ugh. I don't want to bet anything on that.
Do you said that she's catatonic. Does it say anything about that state being within the last 10 days or so?
Huh? I am not sure. But is it saying that our Jane Doe is catatonic, or people have tried to work with her?
The subject is catatonic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're just putting people into catatonic states, testing the veil here. All a good time.
So,
just for shits and giggles, Jonesy, does the contract for Kelly include any of her personal information, like an address or a phone number?
it doesn't. It does not.
We're so ready to invade people's homes. It's crazy.
Well, we're not nice people.
We're practical people. Pragmatic.
Yeah, I stand by my statement.
So, but with what you would know is that if there's multiple copies of this report would be on the hard drive in the system somewhere.
So we might have to make a trip over to the data center.
Data center.
Yeah, I was afraid that was going to happen.
it's either that or the no-no square. And I don't think we have enough information to go to the no-no square yet.
Yes, we should look before we know.
I mean, we all know we're going to end up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know at least a location, or if there's an intranet here, like a Slack or a Discord that they all communicate on.
Sure,
Zoom,
sure.
Perhaps even a Twitch.
Yeah, whatever their social media of choice is for
hate to
communicating with
say
their
it.
teams.
But it's Skype.
Oh no. Maybe they have a Monday.com account. Who knows? We have to figure
God
it out.
bless. Yeah. If Skype comes with Microsoft, they just default use that usually.
Whack.
Yeah.
Yeah, not wrong.
Riverdale, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you check the copy machine, and can you figure out which data center it's routing its information to with your crazy weird Glasswalker superpowers?
The copy machine or the coffee machine?
Both.
Okay. The coffee machine is just an analog calculator. That's it.
Hmm.
The copy machine, I can try. I need that ID card though.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I gave it to Kennedy to make copies, so.
Oh, nice.
Probably.
We could stop at the car and drop that research paper off in the middle, in the trunk, before we head on to the data center after we eat.
Is that actually a good plan? Are we sure we're going to be able to come back to the car?
You know, I'm not sure about that, but I don't know. Do we? Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Oliver's not here. I was like, where's the bag? We need a duffel bag. Nobody
Should
brought
not
pockets. Nobody has a backpack.
We all have jackets.
Killian literally has a backpack though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's go into the backpack with the granola bars.
But right now I'm still a wolf, so I'm trying to open this little lid on the copier.
You know, you can go back to being a Hamid.
I'm terrified. What if something blows up on me?
It's not going to blow up. You'll be fine.
Okay. I'm going to use my paws to open up the copier and then put the ID card in the slider so it can turn it on.
Okay.
And yeah, let me try to figure out what network this is routing to, or if it's just routing to the data center.
So,
I remember when we had to beg you to go into wolf form.
That's true. Wait, I don't have to be. Let me go into Calabro. I'm silly. There we go.
Yeah, benefit of hands.
Yeah, I have the benefit of hands and healing.
thumbs. Never underestimate the power of thumbs.
They're exciting.
So what role do you need from me, Jonesy, to see how we can open up the data center? Or what are we trying to get from the data center?
I just want to know which data center it's being stored in so we go to the right building.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty simple. That was just going to be a
Intelligence tech
intelligence, intelligence tech.
at a 6, 7.
Yep. Yeah, 6. It's just, this is pretty straightforward.
Got 1 crit. I know definitely which building it is.
It's the far one.
Okay, Okay, it's the far building. We should be able to get in there. Worst case scenario, we can crack the lock.
Alright, well, I think that's our next stop. While we're there, we need to get a hold of if there's any more information about our Jane Doe, and if we can figure out if there's any personal information for any of the psychologists who have been seeing her. I think it would behoove us to pay one of them a visit at home.
Oh, that'll all be hella in the data center. Like, we don't even have to download anything now. I just need a couple minutes and I can make a backdoor.
Awesome.
All right. Well, since they don't seem to have patients here in this building, I think we've probably gotten everything we need then, right?
I think that's true. Let's sneak across the parking lot. And
It's a nice lit parking lot with clear lines of sight. My favorite.
we could go back to the car and drive over to the.
We could take the extremely long way around.
We could do that. That's a good
We
idea.
could. I mean,
There is wisdom in the things you say, Dell.
I mean,
that's why you have a urge.
that kind of just thought.
So you make your way across to over to the data center building. You do quietly make your way across. You do note that a couple of the guards left the main security visitor center, came out to one of the jeeps and started up the jeep and drove off. Looks like they're probably doing a perimeter loop around the complex.
Oh, nice.
So, as you make your way over, you're all still in the physical realm, right?
Yes.
So,
Sure are.
Oh god. I just had a terrible, terrible thought.
That.
Words or
Well, I was just
sentence.
thinking that if we really wanted to get information more easily, we could ambush one of the guards because his card probably would get us everywhere.
Maybe.
so
But like I said, that's a terrible thought.
Not a bad one though.
With that, you make your way across, and you're able to get to the data center. The data center looks like a rather nondescript concrete building. It's got a few windows, but they're all the small, tiny ones up towards the roof to let in some general ambient light into the building itself. Would be very difficult to get to from the outside. It does look like the building has some heavy-duty fire doors.
Let's try the card again. See if we get it.
Choo.
Nope.
Well, then somebody needs to turn to Krynos to rip this door off its hinges.
Wait. Calm down. Let me try. I'm gonna take the card from Darren. And then I would like to say open sesame and try my gift. If I can remember where I keep putting that. Open seal. Let's see. Open seal. Where is it? Gifts. Open seal. Open seal. Close. Okay, that's a lock. Okay. I just roll Gnosis against the difficulty of the gauntlet.
Eek.
Oh,
It's okay.
Might be a good time for a willpower point.
That's my last willpower point. I'm
Oh,
definitely
never
gonna
mind.
use
This
that.
would be a bad time for a willpower point.
Spin.
Let's go. Heck it. Live free, die hard, something. So Jonesy.
Yes.
For clear transparency, I have no willpower at this moment.
opposed to every other time.
Ooh, ow.
So,
Hey, trust me, I'm not a character who makes something with impulse control.
So,
That's a Gnosis check, right?
correct.
Full mod. I don't add anything to the full mod, correct?
Correct.
Difficulty 9.
Difficulty is going to be 8.
It's to my. Got 0 successes. Well, I technically got 1. Got 1 success.
With that, you swipe the card, and the little red light blinks out for a second. And it's the longest pause you've ever had in your life. And finally, deet, and it pops open.
Hell yeah.
I don't like that the music changed when we did that.
Okay. We just need to be really, really, really fast right now. Like right now. Go.
All right, let's go and do our Garou heist thing.
Okay.
So yeah, you make your way in into the land of cubicles. So as you make your way into the building itself is rather bland. It's got beige carpet and those gray cubicle walls that kind of are sprung up everywhere in a nice repeating pattern. In the main center of the building is the actual the network operations center with the actual all the server farm and stuff is. You do have access to there are some terminals and stuff here.
Oh crap.
Okay. So what we're looking for is main server room or main router room. Any of those. We need that.
Yep.
That specifically.
What do you think is a good idea? Do you think we should split up to look for it? But honestly, you're the only person who can really do anything with all this stuff.
Well, but any of us could go looking for it.
Just look for where the spiders go.
I've never heard something more poetic in my life. Bill, where are these spiders?
They're in the Umbra.
Right. The problem is
Get in there.
crossing over very difficult here.
Cross over. You can just.
Well, that's still difficult.
I believe in you, Del. Peek for me.
I think that is a good idea. Okay. What is the? Am I going against the Veil of Nine or the Gauntlet of Nine?
Yes.
I believe.
Tell you what, how about I just click all, and then I don't have to think about it because it's right there.
Love it.
Let's see. If this goes like horribly bad, can I like bust a willpower after I know that I've screwed up, or do I need to do it beforehand?
I think it's free.
Okay.
Just don't get your head decapitated.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah!
spicy.
I see the fuck out of those spiders.
Adult language, we're fine. We got like 2 more of those.
I know, but I'm a doggo, so I have to. Actually, this should be heck.
Heck.
It's I see the heck.
Beat the heck out of those spiders.
So
The barks have it. That's right, Zal, power up.
Le Barks, Le Wolf.
so yes, you did manage to get 2 successes on your peeking and test, and despite the fact that the gauntlet being stupid high here.
Gauntlet's like a brick wall. Yeah.
So with that, you look across and you see several spiders morph up and are coming out of the walls. The walls themselves all have that same glass, reflective surface texture to them, with cascading patterns of color colliding and rippling off of each other.
Are they heading in a particular direction, or are they just like coming our way?
You can follow. There are threads and cords throughout. As you look around, you see several small, short, looks like stone walls, kind of scattered around the outside of the area, and little tiny threads that all kind of pull up from them and filling into a giant funnel of webbing.
Aha.
and then spiders are running around those and morphing in and out of those. You do also occasionally see little cyber ants climbing in and out of them as well.
Oh, adorable. At least the thought that I was looking for is if we're looking for a main,
Mhm.
the main server room, then it would stand to reason that there would be the most activity there. So basically, wherever the Weaver spirits seem to be headed,
Yep.
wherever they seem to be most densely concentrated, that is, I think, the direction we probably want to look in.
Yeah.
That is what Dell will suggest.
Yes. So what it is all those little small little thin tendrils of webbing are actually coming from the workstations up into giant columns of basically cable
Where
and funneling into the main server area. So you're able to follow it
Okay.
to the main server area.
that's this way.
Thank you.
And with that, you get to workstation set up in the server area. And as you're looking, Dell, one of the wall actually just kind of in front of you, the colors hit each other and ripple back. And as they ripple back, you see a bubble and full morph as it starts bubbling up. And as it bubbles up, the bubble kind of coalesces into a body, the body of a spider, and it sprouts multiple legs and kind of perches itself and looks up at you and just kind of tips its head. And
So
with it's looking back at you.
It's looking back at me through the flipping gauntlet.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Disturbing.
I don't think that's good.
And as you kind of like you look at it and you like realize it's looking at you, and as you kind of turn, you kind of sidestep a little bit because your pack is behind you. You realize it's you thought was staring at you. It's actually staring at Killian.
I'm
And-
oblivious.
What does Killian look like? Or what is?
What is his reflection showing like?
Yes.
He looks like he normally does. He's got his little beanie on and all that. And as you're looking though, you see it looks like there's a little pulse of electricity on his right thigh.
Is that by any chance where he put the card when he was done with it?
No.
Oh wait a minute. No, sorry. It's Killian. Killian is currently Glabro. Right?
Yes.
Yes. I'm Buff Wolf Daddy. So Dell, you find my room?
Have something in your pocket.
A what?
Jonesy, you said left thigh, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have in your left pocket?
Oh, okay, let me see. I've got some gum. I've got a couple USB sticks. I've got this credit card that I took off somebody, and 43 cents and change.
So if he well, I don't know. If he's taking these things out of his pocket, that may not necessarily affect the reflection. But do any of those items seem to be the thing?
Nope.
Huh.
What's going on here?
I don't know. There is a Weaver spirit who is staring at Killian's leg. And I don't think it's anything he's carrying.
Oh, That's not my leg, not my whole leg.
Well, there's kind of like this is essentially it's like it just starts kind of like patting on his thigh in the general area to demonstrate. As my face is still stuck in the umbra at this point.
Jonesy, do I feel anything weird about my leg?
Nope.
No, since no Weaver devices, no electricity that you carry there.
Nope.
Huh.
I haven't even had surgery, so it's not even pins in my legs. Like, I don't know what's going on.
One of the Weaver spirits kicking around here is really interested in there. Like it is watching us, and it is specifically watching you.
I mean, we'll tell him I'm working right now. I don't got time for this.
I don't know that's a good idea yet.
And with that, the spirit kind of backs up a little bit, and
He's going.
and then crawls down to the floor. It like crawls back up a little bit, then crawls down to the floor, and as it does, it kind of scurries around.
Mm-hmm.
And Killian,
Yeah.
your phone buzzes with you got a text message.
Oh, okay. Hello?
And as you unlock the phone, the screen is just blank. It's a black screen. With the Garou glyph for spider on it.
Oh.
And it looks like it's kind of blinking a little bit, like it's waiting for you to interact with it.
Sure, I'll touch some buttons.
As you do, it kind of flashes, and then you get text on your screen. A gift from our queen.
Oh.
And for a brief moment, you swear you smell the faintest whiff of dust and smoke, like gunpowder smoke.
Oh.
And and as he's doing this, because you're still looking through the gauntlet, Dell, for a brief moment, there's almost like a double image over Killian for half a second. It just kind of pops in there and then vanishes. It looks like Killian, but it looks like he's wearing, it looks like it's a faint overlay of like a duster and a cowboy hat. For the remainder of tonight, Killian, you have been gifted gem technology.
Ooh.
Gift. You have access to the gem technology gift.
Sweet.
Handy.
Thank you, Weaver Queen.
And with that, we'll take our quick break.
Yeehaw.
It's fun. Oh, Killian made a friend.
I made a debt.
Is anyone else scared about how much trouble we're in if Jonesy is giving us a free gift?
Nah.
I'm a little concerned.
This is from that girl friend zone that I met in my dream. Forget her real name. She's a helper to the queen or something.
Oh, shit.
Alright, I'm sending us to break.
Radio.
Thank you for waiting for us as we took a quick break and got stretched and got our refreshments and hydrated. We find our pack in the data center in the Northwest Laboratory Facility trying to get into the server room to erase or find where the files about a government psychiatric report about the veil and Garou and the effects of the delirium on humans may or may not be stored. With that, Killian had just encountered a pattern spider who seemed to be delivering a message from someone or somewhere related to the Weaver. And for a brief moment, he got an unreal echo of his past life. And now he has access to a short-term access to one of his ancestors' gifts. And that's where we find our pack. So what's the next steps, Killian?
To the server room.
Okay.
It's that way.
It's that way.
Probably. You should look. It's great.
I am peaking challenged. That's how we want to say it.
You can always blow a willpower for a free 6. Oh.
Oh, I have no will.
So, you get to the server room. The server room looks like a simple wooden door. It has that whole wooden formica texture to it, and it's got a black keycard badge next to it. Because Dell is still picking the Umbra, what you're seeing is a rectangle of glass that has pattern after pattern flickering and cascading across the sheet of it as it hums and bubbles with energy.
I'm just having this mental image that Dell is basically walking around with his face stuck in like a Viewmaster or something. He's still just like peeking through the Umbra. I think you want that. Just kind of point in the direction of the large glass rectangle.
Nice. Well, this is a good time as any. I guess we'll try to jam the security lock, see if we'll just pop the door open.
Okay. For that, jam technology requires a gnosis point and a manipulation and crafts check.
You might want to shift back to Hamid first.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh no, he already. Oh, he's in. Excuse me. Never mind.
There we go back to Hamid. Feel my heartbeat before it gets pierced by a bullet. Spend my gnosis. And you said, what was the roll? Manipulation and tech?
Is actually manipulation and crafts.
Crafts.
It's the cheesiest.
Do I look like a Hobby Lobby to you? There we go. What's the difficulty? What's the diff, Jonesy?
For this, it's going to be 7.
7, 7. I got 0 successes.
Yente.
Ooh, caliente.
No, yente. No,
Yente.
Choices.
nothing.
Nothing.
Excuse me.
Oh,
I just had a colossal chair failure. Okay.
I do apologize. What did I say?
Jammed the wrong thing.
What did I say? That
Killian, what have you done?
so sorry about the chirp thing, but
No, you didn't.
he jammed the chair.
Just don't jam the stream.
What did you? Sorry, what did I say the difficulty was?
7.
I apologize. It should have actually been difficulty 5.
Oh well, that's different then.
I'll
Is
take
that
a
actu-
reroll.
You could keep that roll. That would give you 2 successes.
I'll keep that roll and take 2 successes.
The nice thing about the roll 20 is that if we do have to double check what we rolled, we didn't pick up the dice. They don't vanish. I don't remember what I rolled. So yeah, with that,
Roll 20 remembers.
you kind of reach out, and as you reach out to it, you hear this. You hear the door kind of click, and it swings open.
Hooray! God bless the queen.
And inside, you are in the server room.
Yes.
So from here, yeah, you can do all kinds of havoc.
This is the most unsecure place for a server. Right next to it.
I am going to stand outside of the server room and keep an eye open for someone who come looking.
You might actually want to close it. Would be safer inside. The only person who would check the server room is some nerd, and we can beat up any nerds. We're werewolves.
So,
I'll
by
keep
all
my gun out
means,
just in case.
by all means, you can, yeah. So you're gonna try to access the server and cause shenanigans, I'm assuming.
Yes, the first thing I would like to do is to see if I can go ahead and locate our Jane Doe and where she might be. So, how would that be? Not intelligence computers, or would that be investigation?
That is gonna be. I'm gonna need a intelligence computer check from you.
Level.
Difficulty is going to be 6.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, the difficulty is going to be easy, but it's going to probably take multiple rolls because you're going to have to hack your way through some security protocols.
Gotcha. I got 4 successes.
Sweet. So with that, you've gotten yourself into the network and start building. You start building yourself a access point. While he's doing that, will someone make me a perception and alertness check, please?
Sure.
I will also make one of those.
What's the difficulty, Jonesy?
6.
I guess my face is still in the Umbra, so I'm probably not.
I will get 5 successes.
I will get shown up despite getting 3 successes.
Well, now I want to roll just to see if I did more.
Do it. Click, clack, make good.
So, while they're doing that, will you go ahead and make me another computer intelligence check, please?
Sure will. 2 successes.
You've gotten yourself into the base system, and you're basically trying to assign yourself password security permissions and stuff, so you can dig deeper into the network. Dell, did you make a roll as well?
I didn't, because I was kind of wondering if I'm in the Umbra, I'm basically just thinking I would keep an eye out for anything untoward happening on that side. I'm not in the Umbra, excuse me, but I'm.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was asking if you were making a roll, because I knew you were looking in the Umbra.
oh, crikey. Yes. Well, then will it also be
Crikey.
a perception alertness thing?
Yes.
Let me do some clickings real fast. What's the diff? Just plain 6?
Yes. So those of you watching the floor, you do know that it's all quite inside the building, but you do see a Jeep drive by outside, or hear a Jeep drive by outside. You can't see because the windows are higher up, but
Wow, 2 10s. Fun.
so he's Killian has seemed to have drawn the attention of some of the Weaver's spotters.
I was kind of thinking that would probably happen. So, I guess he doesn't have his sleeves in collaborative form or whatever, but I think they know you're here.
That's what you guys are here for, probably. Hopefully. Save me.
Did
Very
you
good.
stop outside Jonesy or just drove past?
Seems to have driven past, but you do know that people are the security is, even at night, it's not consistent, but there is some activity. So,
I keep clacking.
by all means, make me one more roll.
Yeah, I'm keeping my gun drawn, and I'm gonna keep an eye on the door, just in case we have company.
Ooh, I got 3 successes and a crit.
So, with that, you have gotten in and you've given yourself rudimentary clearance. So you have a fake username and password on this secure system. You know this is government issue grade A secure system. So you've gotten yourself in. And so you can start digging deeper if you feel so inclined.
What I would like to do is figure out where Jane Doe is at. It's the first priority. And then the second priority is to make a backdoor in the server so I don't have to be at the actual locations when I want to look at this.
Okay.
So would you like more rolls for that?
I'd like another roll, please.
1 success for the searchy search.
So, with that, several of the spiders are coming down the cables towards the terminal he's at. Dell.
I think you are making them unhappy.
They're not different than a lot of other people I know. Okay, another roll for the back door. 2 successes for the back door so I can access this
Okay.
remotely.
They're coming, so maybe faster.
I'm doing my best. And yeah, I think that's good for now. I got my back door. I have an idea of what building she might be in specifically.
So,
Did you get any personal information about the other doctors?
No.
Oh,
I
but
only
you have a
looked
back
for
door.
target. Yeah, I have a back door. Later.
Cool.
so you've got yourself an admin door and stuff. And as you're doing that, the chat window pops up.
Oh, heck.
It's interesting. Do I get
And-
chatted first?
And all the chat does is just a series of dots. Just dots and spaces, dots and spaces, dots and spaces.
Oh,
Is it Morse code?
Jonesy, can I do a wits and technologies check
Yes, you can.
to figure out if something's happening to my computer or if somebody's just trying to message me? What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6. Text. Yeah. Diff 6.
I got 1 success. What do I think is happening?
Someone on the internal network is using Teams, Microsoft Teams, to send you a message. You asked earlier what it was. It's Microsoft Teams. They
Definitely of the worm.
but what you quickly pick up on is it's dots and spaces, but it's basically it's binary. Whatever they're doing is they're typing out. It's binary.
What does it say, Jonesy?
Free.
Free?
It's
Like
just
in a mocking tone?
Free. Over and over again. Free.
Oh,
Free. And you can tell because the computer you're on, you can tell what building they're in. Where this terminal that's messaging you is from.
Ooh, nice.
It is from the reactor building.
Oh.
So.
What is going on?
Um,
Okay. There we go.
And give me one more wits and computers check.
Wits and computer.
Or sorry, intel computers. Sorry, intelligence computers.
Gotcha. 4 successes.
Cool. And with that, you do find some base information on where they're housing Jane Doe. It seems to be Building 7 in the weapons research area.
That would be the no-no zone.
You would be correct.
Okay, guys, hear me out. Something wants to get out of the reactor. And whether it's good or bad for us doesn't matter. But it can distract the very mean security guards.
We are not to that point yet.
I'm going to take a stand here that, generally speaking, anything found inside a reactor is heavily of the worm.
I don't disagree, but I'm willing to make an opportunity cost.
I'm
I'm not.
No, we're not there yet. We're not at
I'm
Unleash
really
Godzilla
not.
on the armed guards part of the plan yet.
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But he wants to get out.
So do we.
There's a lot of things that want to get out, and that doesn't mean you have to let them.
It's good to have goals.
And as you're sitting there, the message is just free. They're still appearing on the chat.
I will go ahead and ask, what are you?
Slave,
poke it.
slave.
I bet the answer I get back is not free.
I won't any your time. Sorry.
I am.
Gosh.
I am question mark. And then I will type in power question mark enter, slave question mark error, enter, dangerous question mark error, question mark enter, and then lost question mark enter.
Trapped. Free.
So Adele, what could possibly be trapped that needs to be freed that might be related to a Weaver spirit? Because a worm spirit couldn't.
I
Could it?
don't know the Weaver spirits that well.
But you know worm spirits. Do you know if they're capable of having a Microsoft Teams account? Is that within their scope of possibility? This is on the other side of that coin. I don't know anything.
I mean,
Not that I know. I don't know.
Kennedy?
It could be. worm
Worm is
spirits.
certainly able to use technology. And
But, I mean, the Weaver also is, good at trapping things. So
I mean, yes, but also I read that story from Harlan Ellison. And
who is Harlan Ellison?
I'll explain to you sometime that we're not in the middle of a death camp. Knowing full well that Andy better sure as hell know who Harlan
Oh,
Ellison
goddamn
is.
right. Yeah, I know.
But-
I've got a couple collections.
Yeah.
Strange wine is particularly interesting.
I'm just saying,
Sure.
I don't feel good about just freeing any random spirit who says, "Oh no, free me." Certainly, again, not with reactor involved.
She makes a lot of sense. I mean, did I see anything? I mean, I saw Weaver spirits coming down just before the chat happened. I mean, did I see anything else that might shed some light onto this fairly ridiculous subject that I can't believe we're talking about doing?
As you're looking, you see a tiny little thin trail of ants running up and down. They seem to have a slight glow to them. They look like they're little carrying pulses of light back and forth to the terminal and back. And the spiders have come down, and they're perched there, but they don't seem to be hostile. They just seem more curious.
Can I do an intelligence and computers check to track down where exactly in the reactor building it's coming from? Maybe identify a kind of a room, if it's a cell, if it's a normal office, if it's a...
Sure, I will totally give you that.
Okay. What's my difficulty for that specific check?
I'm going to say it's difficulty 8 because it's going to be more complicated.
I believe. Big money, big money.
I believe I can crit.
0 successes. I am stressed. I cannot do this in a timely manner.
Teedly Heath. I could go try to talk to them.
I like that plan, Del.
Maybe they would have. I don't know what they'll be able to tell me. But I can do that. Well, I will need to actually. I actually have to cross the gauntlet. of
Del, do
9.
spirits ever lie?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, they're good at it.
Did you forget who our totem is?
He doesn't lie. He just offers. I'm gonna type in raccoon ? See how it feels about that. It's a very probing answer. You know the kind of spirit you're dealing with.
Doesn't seem like a raccoon. Yeah, so maybe trying to step sideways ain't the. Because peeking is one thing. If I fuck up if I heck up stepping sideways,
Oh, it's okay. We got one left.
I get stuck pretty good. I don't want to get stuck here. No. Especially because I'm not sure anybody else could come get me at that point. That might be a really bad idea. I can try.
Guys, let's just go to the reactor building really quick. It's a quick detour.
No.
Oh, come on. We're about to face guys with automatic weapons, and you're scared of the reactor building.
Yeah, I understand
Yes.
automatic
Yes.
weapons.
Yes. I don't like automatic
Well, we
weapons.
literally sent somebody to hell last year. Killian.
Well, fine. Let's go get our Jane Doe out
No.
of building 27 then.
Let me try.
Oh, no.
He said, clicking on his character sheet for the last time.
Do you have a willpower?
I have several.
Be willing, be able, because none of us are going to be able to grab you.
Well, crikey. Okay, so we're talking about again diff 9. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
In a server room? Yeah.
Yes.
Diff 9.
This is the dumbest thing I have ever done. All right.
I doubt that.
And I broke my nose last year. Just saying.
Oof.
Ow.
Well, I've done dumber things, you know. Anyway. But I'm afraid to look. Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, 2 successes, one of which was a crit.
Birthed.
So, yeah, Dell just kind of goes, and that's.
And with that, you slowly fade from existence and into the heart of the machine.
This is really unpleasant.
You are standing in the server room. The
I
server room
know.
behind the servers, behind you is a stack of servers, and the Umbra. They look like giant black boxes with webs and cables pouring in and out of them. They thumb and hum with power.
Oh, so is it like noisy? Like really, really noisy?
Not like super loud, but it is just.
Okay.
Vroom, vroom.
Okay, well that's extremely annoying, but probably doable. Okay.
Yes. There's a column of light and webbing pouring down into out of that area and pouring out from those black boxes. In one set of those glowing white cables of web pour down to a small metal box, which you know is where your packmate was standing moments ago, typing away at the computer.
And so presumably, well, because I had seen the
Mhm.
Weaver spirits kind of checking him out, but not like
So
going full ham on him.
yeah, so there are 3 Weaver spirits sitting there right now, and as soon as you finish coming across, because it takes you a few minutes to or a few seconds to come across.
Can't imagine why.
This is so technically thick in here.
You see the cool little spiders immediately snap and look at your direction.
Well, this is awkward. I
And
should
as
introduce myself.
you look around the room, you notice that there are in amongst that column of cables and webbing going into the black boxes,
Mhm.
there seems to be something moving back there.
Well, the fact that you just used the word something probably means that I'm not entirely sure what it is.
You could approach and get a little bit better look.
Do it, Dell.
I mean, how can I not? Like, anybody who is watching will be just mortally offended if I don't. So I suppose, yes. Let us go. It has been lovely being on this program. I'm sorry I have to go now. Yes. Let's go see what is the something.
So nestled amongst those columns of black stone, what look like black stone on this side,
Mhm.
Is a rather large squid-like creature whose tentacles are stretched out to the various black boxes and are interacting and touching and sliding across and up against the black boxes.
That I do not have the relevant gift, but I'm gonna go out on a little limb and say that's probably a worm spirit. No,
Wits
I do
and
not have.
Wits and Enigma's difficulty 5.
I believe in you.
I believe I can not die. Two successes.
No, it's a Weaver spirit.
Really?
I'm
Yep.
so happy the octopus is a Weaver spirit.
I mean, out of character? Yeah, totally. I think they're adorable. Cephalopods are cute.
favorite animal.
They're aliens.
That's what the
Aliens
Hawaiians
can be
believe.
cute.
No.
Huh. Well, I suppose regardless, I guess I had better introduce myself if I'm going to talk to them. That seems polite, I guess. Hello. My name is Del Speaks Softly of the Trail Mix Pack.
Yep. Accept it.
Um,
Is it about to speak, or do I have to say more stuff?
it's kind of just looking at you a little bit
Ah.
and just kind of staring at you.
Someone is trying to speak with my packmate. I'm trying to find out who it is. So you see what happens and what goes on your web.
I see all. That's what I do.
Oh.
I am the center of all. I need a charisma
Oh, wait a minute.
and
No, it's not so bad.
Seduce the spirit.
etiquette check for me.
Oh, it's been nice knowing you.
Wait, you don't have a good etiquette?
I kind of forgot. I didn't actually take etiquette. I should have taken etiquette.
I thought Del was a hermit. Why would he know etiquette?
But that's exactly it. I thought etiquette was more like human stuff, not so much
it's
spirity
also
things.
like for like talking to other Garou and like spirits.
Well, he's not great at that either, so there you go.
There you go. It all fits.
Oh God, we're so dead.
Don't be so pessimistic. I believe in Del and her willpower. His
Different.
willpower.
Her willpower. Well, I mean, sure. Okay.
Diff 5.
Okay.
It's not super hard, but
No, I know. Okay, how about I think this might be a nice time to expend a willpower point, of which I have some.
I believe in your ability to spend that one success.
Oh God.
I said I was a theurge. I didn't say I was a really great theurge.
I passed, but I passed.
I don't have the soft skills to really make this career work. So yes, I shall spend the willpower in order to not be completely flummoxed by my squiddy friend.
spending willpower and you making your roll. What did you?
Oh, I came up with 0 successes, hence the
Okay.
willpower. Yes.
Okay. So you managed to
Yeah, it was a 1 and an 8. Good God, that was a.
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah, you managed not to insult the database squid
Database
because that's
squid.
because that's what he
Database
is.
Squid.
Yes, that's what he is.
I'm
It's a
bad at
database
this.
squid.
I mean, it's a weaver spear. What is Del?
Yeah, and that's valid. It's
What is-
you are not of the brood we normally speak with.
I agree. No, I am not.
Your packmate is.
He is. He. I'm trying to teach him about the Umbra. He just doesn't seem receptive yet. I'm working on it.
Roach's brood are stubborn.
Kind of stops and thinks of an expression that he heard one of the kinfolk use once, and he kind of tries it out for the first time. Boy, howdy.
The one reaching out to Child of Roach is called Tokamak.
Is that a name which Del would recognize?
Nope.
Oh, cool, Mock. Oh, cool, Mock. Sounds evil when I chant it.
I mean, everything does when you chant it.
Which is, wait a minute.
Fair point.
No, that's meta. I'm not gonna meta play that. Although if it's what I think you said, I'm laughing. Okay.
With that, yes, it is Tokamak, the fiery one. What brings you into my domain?
Mistakes brought you into this.
2 successes, one of which was a 10. Excuse me. I'm trying to help my packmate. He is good at speaking with Weaver kind. He just doesn't know how yet. So I am an intercessor on his behalf. He said, hoping that that's going to cut any ice whatsoever.
Oh. What?
You're looking for one of our own.
Children of Luna don't normally come to this place.
But we think there is one here. She hurts. We want to help.
There may be one here, yes. Kept in the old parts of town. Or all parts of home.
Old parts.
She is not of his brood. Not of Roach's brood. He is not of she is not of Roach's brood, and nor is she of Unicorn's brood. Though
Right.
the forces of the wild have been active lately.
Active how?
Encroaching on our pattern.
How long has this been happening?
Several days.
So it's not actually us.
Yeah, and actually, he spits out a number, and I don't know it off the top of my head, and I can't do the math a lot fast. But basically gives you a number of minutes. That
Oh, nice.
that is it's very it's X amount of minutes, X amount of seconds, which basically roughly translates to about 10 days.
Yeah.
Huh. Wild spirits are coming here during that time? What do they do?
They breached our web. They tether our web to the wild ones.
Usually it's the other way around. Thank you for telling me this. We will go to investigate. Can you help us retrieve our fellow child of Luna?
And what would we get in return?
We would happily look into the encroachment of these wild spirits. Perhaps we can convince them to tether somewhere else. Or at least to untether your web.
Cool. Go ahead and get me a manipulation. And
That's why we stay in hunt for.
Let's see what's a good. Because you're not lying, you're not trying. Well, let me back up. I'm assuming you're not lying. I'm assuming that you.
I
you
don't
honestly,
intend to be. I don't intend to be lying. No, I realize I probably, technically speaking, don't have the agency to make a deal like that. But they came along 10 days ago. She went catatonic 10 days ago. I have this little. My fear senses are tingling. I have a feeling that if we are able to retrieve Jane Doe, then the wild spirits will also be resolved in some fashion or other.
So I'm going to ask you. So it's obviously going to be manipulation. What ability do you think we'd be leveraging to try to do this, and cut this deal?
Man, well, I'm thinking. Well, the two I'm hoping to hear are either enigmas or occult. Not occult, I don't think, because that's occult is a different skill set. Unless I can, if I need to.
No, I'll go and say manipulation and primal urge, because you did invoke the fact that you're child of Luna and stuff like that. And since there's no, I'm being honest with you, there's a whole bunch of really cool subterfuge, but you're not trying to lie. So
Exactly. And
Persuasion used to be an ability, but it's not in the 20th edition.
Oh, that's right.
It's a gift now.
Yes, persuasion is a gift, which is a Hamid gift.
Well, that's.
No.
Hang on, let me.
I think expression kind of is supposed to take the place of persuasion, but
Right. That's one of the downsides of this deeply silly concept that I have. Pardon me. It is, well, I'm actually, I love it to death, but it's maybe Dell's not the most useful. Manipulation and primal urge. What is primal urge?
Talents.
Oh my god. I just like moused over it 5 times. Diff.
Difficulty 6.
Somehow I managed to set that for 12. I'm glad I got that fixed. That would be 2 successes.
So cool. With that, the spirit kind of it does some stuff, and its eyes kind of flicker and for a moment as you see like code scrolling over its big black luminous eyes. And as it does, it's like, very well. You should now be able to enter those lands within this pattern.
Ah.
Your key card works there now.
Huh. Good. Oh, I will tell my packmate this. Did I always keep getting caught up as to wondering whether or not spirits actually have names. I don't know if they do.
Some do, some don't.
Yeah, this one. Well, yeah, I will not divulge what my name for the spirit is in Roll20. That would be telling. So anyway, well, I certainly thank you. We thank you a lot. I don't do words so good. I suppose then, well, I guess then, oh, I still have to try to get across the gauntlet again, don't I?
I won't make you roll to get back.
I mean, I can. I bet you I could. But okay, yeah. Then no, make the formalities and then step back the other way, sideways, and see what's going on. So, I mean, I'm assuming is everybody more or less like as I left them?
Yes. A couple of them are still keeping an eye out. The jeeps have gone by again. Again, they didn't stop, but they are definitely making rounds and keeping an eye on the perimeter.
Your card thing, Killian?
Yeah.
It where you said you saw the men with the weapons?
Yeah.
Your card can take us there.
Oh, thank God, my hands were cramping up. I'll slap the laptop shut. Put it
Wait, do we want? Oh no, yes, we do want to go there. Right.
We need to go there.
Once
That
a strong
is-
word.
And also, I hope this won't be a problem, but I might have put us on the hook to help the master of the data center with a small project.
What kind of project?
If I'm right, I think if we take Jane Doe with us, then we win. I think it will work that way.
Well, that was the plan, but
Well, there are wild spirits that are the strangest thing I've ever heard. There are wild spirits who are ensnaring the Weaver's web. I've never heard of that before. But they have been encroaching on this domain for about 10 days. Which is how long Jane Doe has been quiet. So I suspect if we take Jane Doe, we will also take the wild spirits with her. Or at the very least, we'll be able to find them and ask them to.
As long as it doesn't have anything to do with those red talons, we'll be fine, I hope.
This doesn't sound like red talons. They tend more. Well, there would be more blood.
It's only been 10 days.
I cannot argue with you.
All right.
Are you gonna tell them the name that you heard on the from the database, Squid?
Oh God! Yes, if I can remember what it is.
Tokamak.
Thank you. Yes, Tokamak. T-O-K. If it's because I remember. Yeah. Yes. So maybe Killian.
Yes.
Do you know Tokamak?
I barely know my own name. Can I can I roll for
Adam.
Ticklemuck?
Sure. Intelligence, technology, difficulty 5.
Intelligence tech. I'm surprised.
Apparently, you probably do know about this, whatever it is.
I hope so.
It's okay. If it's what I think it is, I'm going to laugh my ass off because I think I know what it is.
I hope I don't make the roll. Okay, I almost did it. One success.
One success.
Yeah.
Ow.
Tokamak is a name of a Russian-designed fusion reactor.
Oh.
Yeah, tell them.
This American base is running on communist power.
They're experimental devices.
That is the moral of the story, everyone at home.
Just like just like communism was an experiment, right? Now I'm even more curious. I don't even know if it's bad. I just know what it is.
What is do you divulge what this is?
I divulge as much as I know.
Okay.
It's Russian, it's powerful, and it's energy.
And it's trying to talk to you.
Yes.
That's who was talking to you earlier.
Right.
Garrett, can we talk to our Soviet brother and see what's going on?
I'm again going to get back to, generally speaking, anything that's involving a reactor is going to be a worm spirit, and really not a good idea.
Or at least something we don't want to play with.
I'm going to second Kennedy's reiteration of the previous point.
Net must be good. Russian tech.
Niet.
Niet.
I do not know these Tokamak, but
Tokamak.
no, I do not. I don't think I want to hang out with him.
No.
That would not be cheeky break.
No cheeky break. Well, let's get our Jane Doe and we can play with the Russian thing later, I guess.
Or never. Never is good.
I've
Like
got it.
never.
I've got a back door, good sir.
I guess that's true.
Yes, you'll stay away from Tokamak unless you want it melted shut. Dill did not say that. That would be bad.
I believe you do.
But we should consider. Yeah, I think we are going to have because, yeah, Jane Doe is. Oh no, you already found out where Jane Doe was before I went over there.
Right. That was building 7.
Yeah, and we can get in there now. So
All
that's
right.
fine.
So we've got a card and we've got the location. So why are we still here?
Just making Russian action jokes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Let's go.
But this is Soviet Russia. We wait in line is what we do.
In Soviet Russia, wolf wear you.
That's just, we drink vodka, we wait in line, we play chess.
Yes.
Um, so, yes.
So we're heading over to building to the weapons research facility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music stops instantly. That's terrifying.
We got another change in music. It's about to be bad for us.
Oh my lord. I'm even more curious now.
I have no idea what you're worried about.
Yes, you do.
You did this to us.
You have a better idea about what we're worried about than we do. We don't know what we're worried about. We just know that we're worried.
And for anybody watching, I'm not making rash decisions. I just have 0 willpower, mechanically speaking.
Ironically, I'm actually less worried than a lot of other people seem to be. Couldn't explain why.
So yeah, as you make your way over to that area, like I said, there is this is the area that has the secondary interior fence. It has a series of old school World War II style concrete bunkers that are laid out in a set of two rows. There are a total of 7 buildings, and the road leading into it has a small little guard shack. There are 2 guards currently standing outside the guard shack. They're both wearing flak jackets and carrying M16s. And there's also a Jeep parked there, and the light on the small security station is also on.
Oh, right. Just because we've got a key card to get into the building isn't going to get us past those guards.
Do I have to be close to something to jam technology?
What technology are you trying to jam?
I want to jam the lights on those cars.
Oh,
I can tell you that. I've got the gift pulled up, because I was looking at it earlier. You have to be within 50 feet.
Jonesy, are we 60 feet away? That's my understanding.
Depends on how you approach. If you sneak around the side of the guard and go along the fence line, as opposed to actually trying to go through the main gate, you can get close enough that you can jam the Jeep, the security Jeep.
Because the lights are on in the Jeep, right? Somebody's gonna...
No, the lights are not on in the Jeep, but the lights on there is a small security building. So there's an access road that leads from the parking lot into this part of the compound, and there's a small security building to the south of that road, and that operates the gate in and out of that area. Outside, there are 2 guards on duty right now, but your guess there's probably a couple people moving around inside as well.
Gotcha.
Actually, I don't know if let me check my, yep. There we go. That's where you can see the 2. You should be able to see the 2 guards now.
Well, if we set off, if we turn off the light at the security place, it'll put everybody on high alert, as opposed to just trying to sneak by now.
Correct. Now, as you're looking at the buildings, you can get close to the fence and see the buildings. You can see that the buildings all have that, they're all numbered. Someone basically used the old school army stencil like the 1 foot stencils, and next to the doors, each one of them has a white number stenciled onto it. And you know that they're in building 5. I may have said 7 earlier, and if I
You
did, I
did
made a
say
mistake.
7, yeah.
I
Yes.
apologize. It should have been 5. They are in building building 5. They're in building bad storyteller.
I made him say bad. I feel so good about this. Maybe I should start. Maybe I should start whispering instant success into his into his ear.
I'm trying to think. You guys have any ideas?
Well,
I mean, we could always go around to the north and just try to jump over the fence.
Is it a razor fence?
concertina wire.
Yep, it does have concertina wire,
Is
razor
it
wire.
Is it electrocute?
It is.
Damn it.
Does someone have jam technology now? Yes, they do.
I do have jam technology.
That doesn't jam the wire, though. It just jams the electricity part of it, but the razor wire part still sucks.
Hey, the razor wire is over the top. The electricity part, we can just break the fence with.
I was gonna say, if only we had the ability to turn into 8-foot-tall rage machines with razor-sharp claws. Oh wait,
You all are too clever for me.
Are we doing the full frontal assault? I'm confused.
Well, but I guess that's the. I mean, is the? I'm assuming the perimeter of the fence is there, right? Like, there's no way to get out. Well, wait a minute. Where's
Here,
the guard? Where's the guard? The guard shack is kind of to the south, right? Or the guard
Right.
building. Well, yeah. If you're gonna go look at the, if you're gonna go bust through the fence, then what you do is you go. I can't make the little circles appear on the map, but just get behind one of the 2 northernmost buildings, out of sight of the guards.
right? Because that's what I was saying. Go around to the north, jam
Yeah.
the technology, cut our way through the fence, or jump over it.
Yeah. And then skip over to 5. Use your card on the door,
And Bob's your uncle.
or in this case, it might be like teeth of something really sharp. I don't know. I'm not a Galliard. You can think of a better Garou name than I can.
Okay,
He would be your uncle.
here we
Probably.
go. Well, I guess we do that plan. Sounds good to me.
So then you'll need to.
And jam technology only lasts for a few seconds, so they might not even notice that the electricity went down.
No, it's not like it's humming bright blue. Okay. It's not a cartoon fence. We're
I was gonna
okay.
say, unless Michael Bean is in this movie, then we're good. We're all right.
Okay, so we are gonna jam technology again. God forgive me, where did that go? Aaron, you're looking at it. What am I rolling?
You are rolling manipulation and crafts.
Oh, that's right. The Martha Stewart roll.
I'm guessing that the complexity of an electrified fence is somewhere between a phone and an automobile.
Yes. I know. Actually, electric fence is a little bit less complex than an automobile. I'd say it's a 7. I'll go with that.
Eh, siete. Ooh, I got 1 success. Cut it quick, cut it quick.
When nature's calling. Don't be
As soon as he
calling.
jams it, Kennedy will slice a Garou-sized hole through the fence.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength check. Are you gonna feed a strength this?
I was going to just claw it, but
Okay.
Are you
well,
in Carnus form or in Glabro form currently?
that's right. I'm in Glabro.
mean, Think.
I could pull the clave.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll just cut a hole with the clave.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Okay.
Or damage check. Yeah, it's strengthen your weapon. So.
Okay. I'll roll the damage of the glaive. Probably not a particularly honorable use of the glaive, but you know.
Oh, we're rescuing a lost cub. That's
You know, if you
honorable.
press it against your thumb claw and the knife, it'll be like a bolt cutter.
Yeah. That would be 6 successes.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's a big hole right there.
And with that,
The fence is launched into orbit.
cuts a nice big hole that anyone in Krynos form can walk through if they wanted to. You've made your way in there. I'm going to need dex and stealth checks from everyone.
Oh yeah.
Don't say.
Yeah.
Before we start doing any of that, can I go Glabro so I don't die?
Yes, you can go Glabro.
What is the
Make
difficulty? 6?
make me a roll and or spend a rage point for it.
I'll spend a rage.
Don't.
I want to throw in as many variables as we can. There we go. The rage.
Well done.
I will get 4 successes for my sneaking.
I will get 3 successes for my sneaking because Kennedy's just here to do everything I can do but better.
Anything you can do.
Kennedy is garbage.
Singing tonight. Pardon me.
Dex and what? Stealth?
Stealth. Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
diff? 6?
Stealth 6. Yep.
Watch me trip on this wire.
I was gonna say, I will pointedly point out that Kennedy was not going to ever succeed at any of the investigative stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even bother rolling that stuff. This is my jam. Yeah, 5 6.
Yeah.
We're like over here now, right?
No,
I thought that's where we came in through.
we came in on the north side.
Yeah, we'd be more
Yeah.
up here right now.
Right. We want to be out of sight of the guardhouse.
Right here?
Right.
Right. And then basically we're going to try and I would assume we're going to try to hug this building like an amusing metaphor and then go over to building 5 and see if we can't get in there.
Dun,
Yep.
dun, 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 dun. You know, I'm not smart enough to do anything, but I'm dumb enough to try everything.
Killian,
Oh boy.
you get a text message.
Oh, I should have turned this off, guys. 1 second. What is it?
Are you
So-
serious? Like text messages now?
Yeah, it's that.
Oh my god,
you
GameStop
quickly
stock is going really high.
you quickly put it on quiet, and you look at the message, and the message doesn't have a return phone number,
Ominous.
and it just says free.
Oh god.
Yes, free soon, please. 5 minutes. I put the phone back in my pocket.
Wait.
What's her name?
You wouldn't know her. She goes to a different school. Leave me alone.
Doesn't even go here.
So, with that, you quickly are stealthing in your way to the entrance to Building 5. Bum, 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 Building 5. So, as you approach Building 5 is an old cinder and concrete bunker style building. It is meant to withstand blasts. It has the number spray painted on the side of it, the giant stencil, and then there's the door itself is a heavy reinforced security fire door.
Um,
What?
Let's try the key card first.
That's it. We've got the card, right?
Hopefully that works.
That would really be convenient.
I really hope Squidward was not like fibbing to me.
I heard somebody say spirits lie all the time, so I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah. Well, if he lied, then we don't have to worry about the other thing
Sure.
because he's a dick.
So with that, you quickly make up the way up the stairs. Boop. Slide the key card, and flash, 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 kshink, and the doors locks release,
Nice.
and you can enter the door.
Yay!
So as you start making your way into the door. Over in the security building, there's a little monitor, and there's a couple of guys sitting there drinking coffee, talking, and the monitor flashes for a moment. And then they quickly click a couple things on the keyboards and start looking at some of the security cameras. And on the cameras, there is 4 people entering into building 4, or into building 5. And with that, they quickly get on the radio and the Jeep kicks up the life. And that's where we're going to cut it for the night.
That sounds about right.
Wrong.
Oh, that's a great cliffhanger.
I mean, that was exactly the point to do it, but
Yeah.
no.
Yes. This is gonna be so much fun.
God,
So yeah, the disruption of electrical current is what tripped the alarm.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't killed anybody yet this season, so
No,
it's about time for
we're
a
not-
big
Yeah.
fight.
We are not getting in and out like the wind. That's not how this works.
No.
But you know,
We just made
Made
it
it in.
80% of the way.
we're in. We made it in. So now we can be as mean as we want on the way out.
It's true.
Or
So
as
with
loud,
that-
I should say.
So with that, next week we find out what happens when fully armed United States military personnel encounter a pack of werewolves.
I've seen that horror movie. It didn't go well.
Yeah, I saw Dog Soldiers, right?
I do remember that.
That wasn't the U.S. military, but
No, they were Brits.
Damn,
50%
Brits.
better. I'm just gonna say it.
So with that, I did want to quickly say thank you to everyone who's tuning in to watch this tonight on Twitch. That's awesome. If you're catching this later on YouTube, by all means, please like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that cool YouTube stuff. It definitely helps our algorithms, and they're the worst of the Weaver and Worm spirits as the YouTube algorithm. So
Not even squids.
and by doing that, you help us share our content with others, and who hopefully will discover Werewolf and like it and check it out, and 'cause we love it. So with that, other than that, I'd like to thank my pack tonight for an interesting and questionable game. Free me. Free.
Free.
But that's
Please tune in if you're interested. Please tune in to tomorrow night, or it's Wasteland Wednesdays here on Untold Stories Project, where our intrepid Wasteland survivors of the Fallout universe are trying to survive in the Boston area. Boston, right?
yes,
Yeah.
that is correct. They're trapped in a serial killer's shape-shifting sewer right now, so I can't wait
That's
for them to meet the
horrible.
alligators that live there.
Woohoo!
thought that was a
Rad
New York
alligators. And then next week we have a new episode of Nether War, which is our Mutants and Masterminds game, which is a lot of fun. We're basically playing through the Nether War series by Green Runner Publishing, and then we'll be back here next week for all new episode of Werewolf: Born of Rage. And then on Fridays, we have a podcast, Pathfinder podcast that we have every week called Something Dragons, which is really awesome. It's should totally check it out if you like podcasts and you like fantasy and adventure and fun. So, with that, is there anything else that the team wanted to say tonight before we sign off?
Nope, but we are gonna raid Lathlev Lindy, so stick around for that. They're playing. I think they're playing Curse of Strahd tonight, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Woohoo!
Uh-huh.
But everybody, be safe, wear your mask, make good choices. We'll see you next time.
Bye.